are at Olympic Country Club in San Francisco. Hole 1 is 533-yard, par 5, slight dogleg to the right. My first time ever playing here. Wasn't so sure of where to hit it. I was a little worried about what was off to the right. And I felt like this swing kind of called for that. Just a kind of a toey draw, but it worked out right in the middle of the fairway. Leaves me a chance in. Second shot is 233 yards, hit a 4-iron. The greens are crazy firm, and I could tell as soon as it landed, it was going to go over the green. So it left me a dicey little pitch, really sticky rough that you need a lot of club head speed to go into. And just kind of pushed it out, but it kept it into a nice spot under the hole to about 7.5 feet. So I got this for birdie and to go 1 up on Randy Haag and Mr. Short Game. And it was a great start. Greens are perfect. Hole 2 is 388 yards, narrow. So I got a driver here. Needed to hit a cut to hold the fairway, hit an accidental draw, lands in the fairway, but rolls off to the left. Ball above my feet, sand wedge. Just try to send it up in the air, up into the wind because of how firm the greens are. I landed, hit a great shot, just barely on, released about 20 feet or so. Crazy fast downhill left to right putt. You see Mr. Short Game filming. Randy's there holding the flag, and Pete from amateurgolf.com, my partner, watch that one go sliding by. So unfortunately, Mr. Short Game birdied that hole, and now we are all square. Hole 3 is 227 yards down the hill. I actually have an 8-iron. It was 190 to cover the front, and with how firm the greens were, I figured if I landed it in the front, it would release and make it all the way to the hole. So I swung really hard on it, but caught it just a groove thin, and it ends up landing short on the fairway and stays there. And I actually ended up 2-putting that. It'll be on Mr. Short Game's video or the amateurgolf.com video where I ended up making the 7-footer for par to tie the hole. This hole's 396 yards, and I'm just laying up with the 4-iron. Sharp dogleg to the left. Hit that one really nice. These new Cobra King Tour Black Edition irons are staying in the bag. I hit them great. So now I got 182 yards. I got an 8-iron here. Hit it really, really flush right at the flag. Randy up above me decided to hit his shot to a foot. So I have this from about 12 feet to tie the hole and remain all square with Pete, my partner, in the background there. Uphill, left to right. Got a great read from Pete. Things like to go towards that lake that's down there you see in the distance. So cash that. Randy bet me $40 to make that putt, and I didn't get to see that money. This was my best drive of the day by far. It's the hardest hole in the golf course, ranking-wise. 430 yards from the tees we played from, and I got 71 yards to this flag, and I literally have to land this like 5 feet on the green. Watch how this ball reacts. I put super spin on that too. Crazy big right to left slope, and I hit it to about 7 feet. Really fast, really dicey putt. And just didn't get it high enough. Look at it go. Thankfully, I ended up making that putt. Remain all square. I didn't cast this drive. Be sure to check out amateurgolf.com's video and Mr. Short Game's video to see more golf shots. From here, I got 102 yards. I couldn't really take it at the flag. There was a big false edge there, and I needed to land it basically right over that false edge, so I just went off to the right a little bit. Hit it really, really nice. About 22 feet or so, just 2-putted at. This next hole is a drivable hole, 323 yards. I got a great line from Randy, who's a member out here, and Pete, who's also a member. They told me to kind of cut one off of this bunker and land it just right of those trees you see out in the distance. And I pulled it off great. Ended up landing right where they said and put it onto the green to about 25 feet.
I think it's where
I have a double breaker here. I figured that this first bit of the slope would kick it off to the left a lot more than the slope at the end would take it off to the right. But it didn't. But I ended up leaving it into a nice spot. I mean, you just have to putt so defensively when the greens are this fast. So made that birdie. Now I'm 3 under par. And we got the famous hole 8, par 3, 187 yards. I hit an 8-iron up the hill, trying to land it short. Put it about 20 feet and actually hit a great putt and just kind of caught the right edge. Hole 9 here is 430 yards, I believe. And another one of my better drives. I just absolutely smoked that thing. Left me an awkward yardage though. The pin was in the front, and I'm 88 yards, so I try to just put it back in the stance, 56 degree, like a low hooky
Look
shot
at
that
this
lands
play.
short. Hit it great, just short on the fringe. And as I was warming up or reading the putt, the thing rolled back 10 more yards. So now I have a dicey little pitch. And we had just been pressed by Randy and Mr. Short Game. So I decided to bump it because there's no way I could spin it and keep it near that hole. Ended up making that putt. Be sure to watch the other video for that. It was pretty exciting stuff. Really big time breaker. Hole 10 is a 424-yard par 4. Sharp dog leg off to the right. And hit a great power cut here. I had the cuts working really well today, and in general. I thought I might have hit it a little bit too far, but it stayed in the fairway, which was fantastic. Left me 102 yards. Pins in the back, super dicey. Can't go long. Watch this thing release.
That can be simple.
I mean, it like spins, releases, and then rolls. I ended up hitting the 7 feet and just missed that on the low side. It was a good putt. And look at this tee shot. Absolute stunning day out in San Francisco. It was in the mid 80s, which is crazy. Hit another good, nice cut right down the middle.
Oh boy.
And this was my second shot here is tricky. I have 134 yards, and I didn't have my gap wedge. I accidentally left it at home when I flew out in the morning. So I'm using Pete's 54 degree, hoping that I can just get it over this ridge that's just in front of this flag. And I hit it really nice. It just kind of fell out of the sky, lands on that ridge, and then spins back like 40 yards off the green.
Yep.
So I ended up having a really hard pitch. Really beautiful shot, though. Took a 56 degree, a low, like spinny checker that hits the ridge, goes over to about 9 feet. So it was a really good pitch. Pitching is difficult out there to get it close. So downhill, left to right putt. This is to tie the hole. And buried that.
Blaire,
Putting super nice today. Greens are just perfect. And this, believe it or not, is my only bad drive of the day. Tried to cut it and just double cross pulled it right into that tree, and it bounces off that tree off in the no man's land. Makes my, spoiler alert, it's my only bogey of the day. It's a bummer. I wanted to go bogeyless, but it is Olympic after all. So 187-yard par 3 again. I hit a 9-iron this time.
Yeah, I don't like any of the
this green slopes super hard from right to left, so I just try to send it up in the air. Probably landed it around 168, released up to a perfect spot to putt from. I mean, just uphill, a little left to right, about 13 feet. Hit a good putt, great roll, just lost speed. Have to settle for a par.
Yep.
This is a cool one because I had to this fairway cants a lot from right to left, and I figured if I hit like a low chasing draw down the right side, it'll get to the left side without me having to take an aggressive line and risk putting it out of play. And sure enough, it did. It rolled all the way down to a 92-yard shot, uphill, back pin, kind of off of a downslope here. This was a really good swing. I knew right away that I hit it too hard. Watch it, lands pin high and goes screaming over the green. 30 feet over the green with a wedge. Really touchy pitch here. And hit it nice. Just broke a lot. I left it in a semi-uphill putt. Unfortunately, out here, there's no such thing as an easy uphill putt. This thing actually was a cup out. Big time slider. And was able to drip it in.
It's a good putt.
So this is a really cool par 3, 155 yards. I have a pitching wedge. Hit a really nice one. Thought it might have gone a little long. I needed it to land soft, and thankfully it did. Hit it to about 3 feet. And I'm grinding over this 3-footer, even though my partner Pete happened to make a birdie beforehand to really put our match against Randy and Mr. Short Game under pretty good control. I really wanted to grind and have a nice strong finish. If I can shoot a couple under from this point forward, I would have been really, really happy. And even this putt, you're not firming it in, because if it goes by, it's going by like 3 more feet. So I kind of just dripped that one in too. So now I'm back to 3 under. Hole 16 is a par 5, sharp dog leg left. I could get there in 2 with a good drive. but I just felt like there was trouble on the left, and I just bailed. I was trying to hit like a big hook and just bailed on it. Actually hits this tree that this
You
tracer was going
trust
right
it.
towards, and it bounces back in play to where I have an
Three-shot hole if
easy
you're
layup, hit
lucky.
5-iron.
If he's lucky.
And now I have 148 here to a back right pin. Have a pitching wedge. Just trying to kind of fade one in and just pulled it. It just ended up being like just a straight pull. Thankfully, though, I hit it high enough to where it landed soft. Have about 30, 32, 33 feet here. Sliding putt. And it was a good putt, caught right edge,
Nice
but I got to
putt.
settle for a par. Hole 17 is a 522-yard par 5. This is a 7-iron from 190, second shot. And this is one of my better shots of the day. I hit it to about 12 feet. Super gnarly slider, though, 2-putted. So now I'm 4 under. Mr. Short Game and Randy have pressed on this hole. The famous 18th at Olympic. 322 yards. Not going for it, just hitting the 4-iron. Getting myself in play. Randy and Mr. Short Game hit great drives down there, so I'm going first. And I definitely want to put the pressure on. So I have 108 yards, 56-degree sandwich. And this one was hit really nice. Lots of spin. And from my view, it looked really close. And when we got up there, it was close. But this putt to win, the press and everything, broke 8 inches from 3 feet. It is such a dicey putt. I pulled it off. TeamAmateurGolf.com wins. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to look out for Olympic Club in 2025 for the U.S. Amateur. Special thanks to them for having us all out.
Thanks for the game.
Look forward to the next course vlog, guys. Always remember, keep on grinding.
Known that, it would have changed everything.
See that, brother?
I'll trade you my score. You're here for my score.